Live from the Northeast Comedy Cabaret, it's the Back to the Humor Show.
Now you're making me nervous. Here, tell me.
All right, check this out. We got Josh Jacoboo here.
Josh Jacoboo.
We got very funny but very dirty guy. We got Dan Luna, you know what I'm saying, kind of an ethic comedian. We also got Matt Reese. And I am your host, Mr. Simply Dee. Not really your host, but I'm playing the host tonight.
Yeah.
First host ever. So what's up to Back to the Comedy Tour bullshit. Fuck you, Matt. I'm not talking to you, okay? Calm down. I'm trying to make this shit funny, all right?
All right.
But Back to the Humor Show. Behind the camera, we got the guy who put all this together, Mr. Darren Martinez, very funny guy. So, Josh, we're going to start with you, man. What's your whole philosophy of comedy?
Philosophy?
Yeah.
Just no holds barred. Talking about my life.
Okay.
Just putting twisted things on it, but yet silly things like knock jokes to catch everybody off guard.
So you have a very twisted life, man.
It's not twisted. It's more of a thinking, like just more of a thinking logic of being thinking twisted. It's not exactly. I don't have a horrible life. But,
okay. All right. Cool. Well, you're very. I can tell through your comedy you're a very intelligent guy.
Really?
Yeah. I can tell that. You know, you may not think it's yourself.
No. Every time I get that compliment, it makes me laugh because because I do rape cunt jokes, and someone go, you're very smart. And I'm like, really?
Well, you know what?
It takes on that one joke. You know what I mean?
It takes a lot of. It takes a lot of intelligence to come up with that. What was the one joke you did tonight? I thought it was funny as hell. I forget what it was.
You see, I read all my jokes off my stupid image story.
It was a joke that I thought it was like really fun. Well, I think you're a really intelligent guy, man, and it takes a lot of intelligence to do shit like that. Dan, I'm gonna ask you the same question. What's your philosophy on comedy?
I think just express yourself. I like use a lot of imagination, a lot of silly things.
Okay.
Like to touch on like the basic, like simple, like laughing, listenable comedy though.
All right. So and what's your biggest influence? Who's your biggest influence in comedy?
I think one of my most favorites probably like Eddie Murphy and Chris Rock.
Okay, good choices.
They're like in your face and it's still funny.
Okay. Very good choices. Very good choices. I didn't ask you who's your biggest influence in comedy.
Like younger, it was like Martin Lawrence and Robert Schimmel. And I believe it or not, I did watch George Carlin. My parents let me watch whatever the hell I wanted when I was a kid, so maybe that's why.
Oh, that explains how fucked up you are.
That's why I watched. All the comedy specials I saw when I was a kid were dirty, though.
Okay.
On HBO.
Well, I know one. One of my biggest influences, was Richard Pryor. Yeah. My parents didn't let me listen to it, but of course I sneaked down and listened to it. And when I heard Richard Pryor, I was like, "This is what I'm gonna do with my life." Dan, I had a few years ago. I had the pleasure of seeing Paul Mooney. I don't know if it was a pleasure. Now, have you ever seen Paul Mooney?
Chappelle Show, yeah, I see.
Okay, he does a lot of racist material. I mean, really racist material about white people and comparing white people to dogs. How do you feel about that, being a comic yourself?
Well, I mean, I don't personally use like racist stuff, but if that's a style. That's a style. I'm nothing against it.
Okay.
I mean, if it works, it works. You know what I mean?
I don't know that it does work, guys. I've seen a lot of people walk out of his show, man.
I think Paul Mooney is funny, and he wrote for Richard Pryor and everything.
Right, yeah, absolutely.
But I always felt like sometimes, like, I think his whole act is about black and white, even though it's not. Like, you get that idea of him. Like, he's a one-trick pony. Like, that's all he can do.
I mean, well, I use a lot of race in my act, but I try to make it. I don't try to do the whole comparison thing.
But I feel like you make it more personal.
That's what I try to do.
You just don't do black and white. Like, if a woman has no eyebrows and you use that bit, we go, why don't women shave up the fucking eyebrows?
Right. See, it don't matter what color she is.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna get to our next guy. He's been sitting here patiently waiting.
I'm just listening.
This is a good. This guy, he's a good friend of mine. He actually, when he started doing comedy, he came to me and asked me a lot of things, and I feel like he's a little bit of a protege of mine. Give it up for Mr. Matt Reese. Fat dog in the house. So Matt, how long have you been doing comedy?
It's hitting up 4 years almost.
4 years. And can you give me like one of the weirdest things that's ever happened to you during comedy in these last 4 years?
One of the weirdest things. It's got to be the guy rushing the stage on yourself.
But I don't mean the weirdest thing that's happened to me that you've seen.
Right.
This has to be. I mean,
It was
we all have a weird story.
landed on my friends and family in the fight. So,
all right, cool.
It did turn out weird for me.
So, what prompted you to do comedy?
Oh man, I always had the itch to do something. You know what I mean? And basically, I knew that it was something. Being on stage is something I did as a kid. You know, I was forced to go to church. You know, dragged to church basically. And then we were part of groups like drama groups and puppet shows and all types of stuff. So I was like, you know, man, I really like it. So it's something I think I can do. Might as well take a shot.
Oh, cool. Now, I know your wife, Gina.
Yeah,
I know because my wife's named Gina also.
Wow,
your wife is a very, very beautiful lady.
I
adore her. My question is, how does she feel about you doing comedy?
She likes it a lot, man. She's very encouraging, and she's also the realest person, you know.
Okay. Yeah, she's very real.
Yeah, she's very, you know, when I want to try to quit my job and go pursue comedy, she's like, hell no, you ain't.
She bring you back to reality.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. You have a son.
A son.
How old is your son?
6 years old.
6 years old. What do you think about Daddy doing comedy?
He really don't care, actually.
Really?
I show him me on the TV, like when I have a
Do you get a lot of material?
Like, yeah.
You get a lot
I get
of material
from him. Yeah, we joke.
I know
back and
the
forth
joke
all the time.
about the directions.
Yeah,
going to the titty bar.
definitely.
I love that joke. And did that really happen?
Well, it happened kind of. Yeah,
Okay.
like he started giving me directions. It wasn't ending up at the titty bar. But
Okay.
I had to think of a
but
punchline.
that's how you get comedy. You take something,
Exactly.
and it may not be that funny, but you make it funny as a comedy.
And that's
You get what, and I think you guys have. I've watched you guys develop, and I think you all have developed what I like to call a comic mind, where it may not be funny, but if your eye catches it, having a comic mind, you can make it funny.
Personal.
Okay, Chris, let me start with you.
Simply Dee.
How long have you been doing comedy?
Steady now for over a year.
Over a year. And what made you want to do this?
I've always had an ear for comedy. One of the first records I ever heard was George Carlin's "Occupation Fool." Fell in love with it. Repeated it in 4th grade, and everyone thought I was funny. Of course, I was a plagiarist. Nobody knew that because of the record. But when you make someone laugh, you know, like I think it's one of the most.
There's no better feeling.
There really is, and I think it's noble. I've always had an ear for it. I tried doing it a few years ago. I fell off, and then it was one of those things where it's like it's now or never.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna ask you a question that I asked.
Why does he like to
Josh.
date girls so much?
Because they say yes usually.
Well, I'm gonna ask you a question I asked Josh. Who was your greatest influence in comedy besides Carlin?
Oh God, if you're talking, I feel like I am attracted to tragic figures. Bill Hicks, Mitch Hedberg,
okay, Mitch Hedberg.
Sam Kinison, for sure.
You get material from your son?
All the time.
Yeah.
You know, my
if a comedian, if you don't have kids, I'd say have kids because you're going to get a lot of material from him.
He's 16. She'll be 14 on October 6th.
16? You have a 16-year-old?
I'm 37.
Look out of here. All right, okay. And my last comedian, step into the light, Mr. Mahan. This is Mr. Dan Mahan. I actually met Dan. How did we meet, Dan?
At the
the Hollywood Tavern. Yeah. As you can see, you hear this laugh. I fell in love with this guy's laugh, man. I fell in love with it. Dan, so if I could ask you, what prompted you to get into comedy? What happened?
Just wanted to get out and be on stage. Yeah, actually, my oldest kid, he's 16 years old. This kid, mine will be 30 this year. My oldest boy. So, yeah, you just want to do, what your kids do as best they can. I'm thinking, man, they haven't really reached for their dreams. I thought neither did I. So
okay. So you want to set an example for your boys. Yeah. Okay.
Let them follow me. So
okay. And how does your sons feel about you doing comedy? What do they think? Let me ask you this question: do they think you're funny?
They do, but they don't tell me.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I can read them. You know what I mean?
Okay.
With the wife, you know what I mean?
Okay. And
I had a woman that told me today. I gave her cards. My wife made cards for me. And she goes, I want to come out and see you so I can laugh my pants off. I said, that's why I got into this whole thing.
And
I have no game other than that.
So Dan, if you could ask me, what is since you've been doing this comedy thing, what's been your greatest moment doing this? Like, that moment where you said, man, I love this and this is what I want to do.
Actually, I think it was when I was still early on. I did a big benefit for sending stuff over to troops, supplies over to troops. We were part of that.
I remember that. Yeah, that was
closer.
Very successful show.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And my brother-in-law's brother, who's a professional comedian for 20-some years, he came on. He happened to come on after you because I always thought, He came down from New York, but he's like, man, we should end the show on D.
Why this always turns back on me?
That was my greatest moment because, you know, I mean, I always thought, you know, if this is all I get out of it, then that, because we raised several $1,000s.
It was an excellent show. I loved it. I got there a little late.
The support I got from like people I barely knew, like I had an acquaintance with you and these other guys, Josh and Darren, you know, guys I was just starting to meet, and they all came out for it, you know. Okay. So I thought if that's the high point, I can live with that. You know?
Cool. All right. So. Thank you very much.
My pleasure, my friend.
Thank you to, come on in here, Dan. Thank you to Dan Luna.
You did a great job co-hosting.
Thank you for,
he was the
class cum laude when we went to class.
So that's going to be it. See you next time on Back to the Humor. Good night. Hey.